Hello everybody, this is Goose and Fox coming at you with a new testing video here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Gundam Ground Type Gym Head, which used to be a clan match suit, but is now available as part of this week's limited missions, and really cool to see that we finally got the Gundam Ground Type Gym Head, more widely available. Really been wanting to see how this suit performs, so that's what I'm going to take a look at here today. There is both a level 1 version of the suit, which was the original clan match reward, and there's also a level 2 version as well, which I believe the level 2 version is new. So, yeah, that's what we got for this week's limited missions, and, well, without further ado, let's take a look at the mobile suit. So the Gundam Ground Type Gym Head at level 1 is a 350 cost raid and is ground only. At level 2 will be at 400 costs. And for your stats here, you have a mobile suit HP of 15,000, you have 14 ballistic, 8 beam, and 14 melee resistance, you have 17 range strength and 18 melee strength, you have a movement speed of 125, top speed of 180, thruster gauge of 60, and a turning speed of 54, and for your part slots, you have 11 close, 8 mid, and 5 long range slots. For your other stats, you do have a melee priority of 3, you have ground specification, and this suit is considered a 2-star. So, pretty decent stats, looking at it here. So, I'll take a look at the weapons, and you have a pretty decent loadout here. For your primary, you have the rocket launcher, that is 1,500 power with 6 ammo and 325 range. And you can also switch this out for the 100mm machine gun. So, always nice to have some options there. You do have the Beam Saber prototype as your main melee weapon. That is 1,700 power with a cooldown of 2.5 seconds. So, again, pretty standard Beam Saber that we have here. We have the Chest Vulcan for 65 power, 30 ammo, and 200 range. You have the Flash Grenade with 0 power, 1 ammo, and 80 range. These two weapons, I believe, are the exact same as the base Gundam Ground Type. You have the Gundam Ground Type Gym Head Beam Rifle. This is 950 power with a 50% heat rate, 350 range, and it is a focusing weapon. And then you have the Ground Type Shield, which is considered a small size shield with 2,300 shield HP. Moving on to our skills here, we have Leg Shock Absorber level 2. We have Emergency Evasion Systems, you do get a dodge roll. High Performance Balancer. Assault Booster level 2. Maneuver Armor, so paired with the dodge roll, you get Maneuver Armor as well. You have Melee Combo Controller, so that allows for a 2-attack melee combo. You have Enhanced Tackle level 3, paired with Shield Tackle. You have Shield Break Stance Mastery, so you don't get stunned if your shield is destroyed, and then you have optimized cooling efficiency. So again, pretty standard looking set of skills here, and I will pull up the mobile suit explanation. Do a little bit of a scroll by here, so if you want to stop to read any of that. But yeah, we'll take the suits to port base here and see what we are working with. The banner suit for this week is the F90S type, which I wasn't expecting us to get that this early, but, at least it's filling up the 750 roster with a new support, so I wonder if that means we'll get a 750 raid pretty soon, but, yep, here is the Gundam Ground Type Gym Head, and, looks like a Gundam Ground Type with a Gym Head, nothing really too major to say on its appearance. But, yeah, we'll start off with some damage stats with the rocket launcher here. Rocket launcher is a pretty standard instant stunning bazooka, so pretty reliable weapon. Got some alright damage for the gun tank mass production type. We'll take a look at the Beam Saber, see if we have anything unique melee pattern-wise. And it does look like it uses the standard Federation melee pattern, so nothing too, special to say there. And we'll do a downswing. Hopefully only hit the Gym Command. Oh, nope, did tag the gun cannon as well, but hey, over 3,000 on a downswing. Not too bad against a support there. I'll wait for the iframes to disappear before we move on to the Vulcans. And yeah, pretty standard, you know, Vulcans here. I'm not going to get you a whole lot of stun accumulation on its own, but does have a pretty quick reload, and, you know, like most Vulcans, you can use it while boosting. What you can also use while boosting is going to be the Flash Bomb, I believe. So yep, you can use that to help you also get a stun. We do have the Beam Rifle, which looks like in 2 shots you can get a stun, which means you can maybe pair this with the... Yeah, you can pair that with the Vulcan guns if you want to try to get a stun that way. We can also do a focus and get a stun that way. It looks like it has a pretty fast ready-up time even after you do a charge, so that is, you know, pretty nifty about the Beam Rifle here. We'll finish off both of these suits here, and we'll wait for the 2 suits to spawn back in here, just so we can try to look at the tackles here, because I do want to see how much tackle damage we can get with the enhanced tackle and the shield. There's a dodge roll, show that off, so my busters can cool off. Right, there is the gun cannon mass production type, so we'll try a tackle against them first. And yeah, over 3,000, so pretty nice damage there for the tackle. We'll try it against the Gym Command. And a little over 1,500, so again, not too bad there. Let's see, we'll do the counters now, so I don't, you know, accidentally forget to do them. So let's see. Counter animation is going to be the Beam Saber, and you can always follow that up with another tackle, so that's something you can do. You know, get a little extra bit of damage there. Let's see, we'll turn that off, then go for that. So yeah, you can always do that as a strategy, maybe if you want to finish someone off. So, you know, got a few options for what you can do there. But yeah, that's everything against a general and a support. So we'll move over to the Zagak here. Try to get some damage numbers off against a fellow raid. And Bazooka. And that's... Let's see, we'll do that. We'll follow that up with a downswing. So yeah, almost 2,000 on a downswing to the Zagak. We'll try some of the other weapons here. Everything but the flash, because we already know what the flash grenade's gonna do, but yeah, 66. Let's see. 966 with the beam. Do a charge. Almost a little over 1,500. So yeah, we'll do a tackle. So yeah, damage numbers against another raid also look fairly decent. And we'll go do the counter as well. So I want to see if I can try to do a counter into a downswing. Let's see. We'll turn the force counter off while we're doing that. Go for this. And you can always do that. So, you know, you got a pretty good option you can do if you want to do a tackle into melee into another tackle. So, yeah. Seems like a pretty decent suit overall. Really for a raid, it does... I mean, yeah, as a raid, it feels like it's going to be alright. Not really too much to say about the suit, honestly. It feels like a pretty standard suit overall. Honestly, it doesn't really even feel like a raid. I mean, maybe once I put some, you know, different parts on it, maybe try to change the stats a little, maybe if I do some modifications there, I don't know. But it feels more like a raid with a lot more general aspects to it, so, you know, I kind of like raids like that, so, you know, if that's your thing, I can see this being the suit that you would like, but, you know, it only takes 3 matches to get the level 1 anyway, so not really too much of a hassle in necessarily getting the suit here. Let's show the boarding animation. Again, very much a Gundam Ground Type with a Jim's head. So it does open up what you can do in terms of color schemes, so that's something that could also be interesting. But yeah, I think that might be all I have to say for the Gundam Ground Type gym head here. Again, feels like a pretty standard, solid suit overall with what it's offering. Again, feels very much like a general, but with some of the more raid-based skills and like aspects, so that could be pretty promising for this suit. We'll have to see, you know, when I end up playing it in actual matches, if 350 or 400 become available. Really going to be looking forward to testing it, but yeah, that's everything I have for this testing video here. Comment down below what you think about the Gundam Ground Type gym head. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.